one instant, your loved ones, other people that you know, coworkers, friends, your boss, people next to you in the airplane, all of a sudden vanished into thin air in just an instant, and it happened everywhere around the globe. What would be your first reactions? Is it aliens? Is something happened? Is it the government with a new secret weapon? Or is it actually the biblical rapture? This movie, Left Behind, Rise of the Antichrist, goes into what it would look like if the rapture was to happen in today's day and age. The movie stars Kevin Sorbo as Rayford Steele, who goes and he lost his wife and his son. His daughter is still here after the vanishing, but the government has twisted the vanishings into believing it's something else, like a UFO or some kind of data. They're using their data that they've made to try to spread lies, lock people in their houses like they did with the COVID pandemic. And the government is trying to control the population now that the vanishes have happened, and by pretending that there are more vanishings. But Rayford Steele wants to take a step back and remember what his wife told him about the Christian rapture and how that all the Christians would be raptured, first the dead and then the living, into the skies, and all the people that were not believers would be left on the earth. So Rayford Steele goes to Bruce Barnes, a pastor at an old church, and he kind of tries to learn more about what's going to happen throughout the tribulation, and he becomes a believer, which is great, and he tries to convince his daughter, Chloe Steele, as well to become a believer. And she needs a little bit more proof. So what she does is she goes and digs up her old grandmother's coffin and finds that she's gone. There's no body, there's no remains, just clothes and necklace, which helps her believe what happened is truly the rapture. So that's what really happens with the Steeles. Bruce Barnes, of course, he was a pastor of church, but he didn't actually believe the Bible. He preached it all the time, but he didn't believe it until he saw the rapture. So those three kind of in together, and that's kind of what we see throughout this movie with them. And then, of course, there's Cameron Buck Williams, who he's this guy. He goes on television. He really thinks things through. We need more people like him on television. He's like one of those people that he needs an answer. He needs to know exactly the facts rather than being fed lies, because he doesn't want to use his show to feed lies to people. So we follow him around as he investigates Nicolae Carpthia and the people that are working with him, trying to figure out exactly what the government's plan is with this whole Israel treaty and this new form of paying called Eden Pay that is not just an app. It's going to make it so you have to use that app to pay for groceries by making a one world currency and a one world government. So Buck's trying to uncover all that. Meanwhile, he's also dating Chloe Steele, but Buck slowly tries to find out how can he stop what's coming. But throughout the movie, Buck realizes he's not going to be able to stop anything, but he can delay it, and he can help Rayford, Chloe, and Bruce work together to kind of spread the gospel and save those that they can before the real tribulation comes. So that's kind of what this movie's about. I'm not going to give too much more details. That's kind of a lot of the movie, so I'm sorry if I spoiled it a little bit for you. But I'm not going to go into any more details. There's still lots in this movie that I really recommend that you watch it for. But I kind of want to give you a little bit of an idea why I thought this movie was a really great movie. And then a couple of side notes that you may want to know. So this movie was really great. It gave you some good biblical elements to talk to you about the tribulation and the rapture and what's to come. So you got some really good what's going to happen with the whole 7-year treaty and the whole one world government and the Antichrist making himself known. So you really got some good biblical-based stuff in that. Now, does this movie follow the Left Behind books to a capital T, or a capital B, that would be? No, it does not. It still has the same characters and same basic storyline, but they add in a couple of things to kind of make it seem like what would happen if the rapture happened today. It really modernized it up a little bit from the last Left Behind series on TV, so that you have all that, which is great to have a little bit about. And then, of course, you also have other stuff about this movie that's really great. You get to see people turn to Christ. It's a really action-packed film. It'll keep you entertained. And then there's a special message at the end if you wouldn't see it in theaters. I'm sure it'll be on their bonus features as well, talking from Governor Huckabee and Kevin Sorbo, kind of giving the gospel message about how you can be saved, which I think is a really great thing. So I recommend that you go ahead and check it out. It's really, I would consider it family friendly for ages 13 and up. There's a couple scenes that could be violent and some gruesome images that you may not want to see, like some people get killed on screen by a gunshot. So there is a couple things to be considered about, but I really do highly recommend that you go ahead and go watch this Left Behind film. I don't think there's going to be a sequel, but we're not sure yet, but I do highly recommend that you check it out, and so that you can be educated on the rapture and so that you can have some entertainment at the same time. Even though there are dark times to come, you can take refuge in knowing that if you believe in Jesus Christ as your Savior, you do not have to worry about being here for the tribulation. You will be raptured and you will join Jesus in the heavens. Thank you again. I'm Wormy, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.